This is a pretty messed up manga. Like, I'm not gonna lie, what you see on the screen here, there is just so much going on within these first 4 chapters that I'm just like, yo, is this really allowed? Is this really allowed in Weekly Shonen Jump? Because it is honestly, it hits. It really hits. It's really sad. It's really depressing. It's very dark. And it's very unique. It is a very unique concept within, at least currently, of the Shonen Jump magazine. I think that this series, just looking at the first 4 chapters, is easily one of the best new manga I have read in a very long time. Because, like, this, I could see this getting a lot of traction, a lot of popularity, and I think it actually already is. I mean, if there's anything that I can say about Ichinose Family's Deadly Sins, is that there's been a lot of discussion in the manga community, there's been a lot of discussion on YouTube, there's been a lot of discussion around it in terms of recommendations. I've seen it here and there, and it's only gotten 4 chapters right now, as you can see. And I will say that this series definitely fills a niche that was missing within the magazine. So what is it? What is this series? Is it something that'll interest you, etc.? So this is a Shonen Jump series, aka in the same magazine as My Hero, Black Clover, One Piece, Yozakura Family, you know, the list goes on and on. Basically, it is in the same magazine, but if you were to read this and not know it is a part of Weekly Shonen Jump, I honestly would not blame you. It does not feel like a shonen manga. That is 100% what I'll say right now. It doesn't feel like the way this is being depicted and the way this is being presented to the readers, that it's meant for, like, very, very, very young adults or teenagers. This feels like it is meant for people that really want to pick up on, like, some psychological messages and themes that are going on within the story. So, the offer. I want to get into that first. So, the offer is called Taizan 5, and this is what they have worked on in the past, and apparently they worked on a series that is kind of famous. People recognize this series called Takupi no Genzai. I've never actually read this series. I've never seen this series until recently, thanks to the whole explosion of popularity of Ichinose Family's Deadly Sin. But I will say, in terms of artwork, I'm a big fan. I really do like the artwork of this mangaka, and I think that you could definitely see the similarities of designs in the actual manga that is being written right now. But the offer obviously has apparently had a good work, people that really enjoy it, and I should definitely read this, especially since I'm enjoying the new work from this offer right now. But okay, let's get into the on topic. What is Ichinose's Family Deadly Sins? What is this about? Is it something that you would like? Well, this is not a battle shonen. This is not, I would say, even a romance story. This isn't a sports manga. And that's typically what completely saturates the magazine. I mean, I'm not putting any of those series down, but most of the time when it comes to the Weekly Shonen Jump magazine, you have battle shonen, romance series, and, you know, a little bit of sports. That's pretty much about it. There's some unique stuff here and there sometimes, but they don't usually last long. They don't. They usually just get completely axed or thrown to the wolves, or they don't gain a lot of popularity or traction. And I guess that in a way, Ruri Dragon is one of those series that is a little bit of an outlier, because, like, it really stands out, like Rue Dragon, and it was something that was unique, because it was just about a dragon girl, and just her trying to get used to her powers. It wasn't, like, romance-orientated, it wasn't battle shonen, nothing like that. It was a pretty fun series, very different, and I can't wait for that series to return. So, when you look at, you know, this series, it kind of follows a similar formula, that it is very different, and it doesn't try to go to the normal formula of, let's say, like I said, a battle shonen, romance, or, you know, something like, I guess, a sports series. And this is more on the psychological end. And I think that this is something that Shonen Jump 100% needed. I'm not saying Hunter x Hunter doesn't have this, or, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen or anything, but, like, they don't have this type of elements. But I think that a series strictly focused on the mind is something that Shonen Jump definitely needs. And to kind of explain what I mean by this is that the series starts off with our MC Tsubasa. He has no memories. He has amnesia. And come to find out, all these members here in this color page, they also have amnesia. And this is all of his family. So 6 members of his family, they all don't remember anything because there was a car crash. And throughout the first 4 chapters, you're trying to piece together what's going on here. Is there a liar among them? For instance, an imposter, so to say. Is someone lying? Is someone, not being truthful? Did they actually cause the accident? Does one of them remember? Are they not really all family members? A lot of these questions really start to, make you wonder. And as the chapter goes on, you're like, wow, this is a very wholesome family. They're able to work together, enjoy themselves, etc. It's a very beautiful start. And as it carries on, eventually the characters get to see their room. And when you see the room, if you look down here, I hope my camera's not blocking it, you will literally see graffiti that says, die. Literally, this entire room has written on it, and this is our main character's room, die, all over the wall. Which, very dark. Very, very dark for just the start of a new series in Shonen Jump. It really is. It is extremely dark when you see something like this. But then you see the family's reactions. We know they're in different rooms, which implies that they all have something very similar in their room, something very dark or disturbed that they saw when they walked into the room for the first time, since, they have amnesia. And thus begins, it makes you all wonder what's really going on. What's happened to the family? Why are they being treated like this, etc.? Who are they really? What are their past selves? And this is a big element to the story that's obviously popping up. And right now, in the first 4 chapters, we're mainly focusing on our MC Tsubasa and what he is or who he is and what he has lost in terms of memories. And as the series progresses, you come to find out that, his entire classmates, they start to bully him. They literally throw garbage on him in the chapter, which is just incredibly messed up. I think it really speaks for itself. It's just absolutely disgusting. And he starts to wonder why are you doing this to me? Why are you tormenting me, etc. And chapter 3 that came out 2 weeks ago, not the newest, but the week before that, chapter 3 really takes an interesting direction, because at the end, you see the bully start to get bullied, and our MC gets into the position of power, and in that moment, you get to see his facade break, and he's like, I'll never forgive you, you should bow down, etc., which shows our main character is not necessarily a good guy. He's definitely not all good in the head, so to speak. So I think that just the overall concept of it is so cool, playing with amnesia to the characters having a personality that is completely separate from themselves. And it makes you wonder if they do have split personalities or whatever. Just really cool. It's such a really cool start to a manga. I love it. I absolutely love this, and I wanted to shout this out. And then chapter 4, as you can see here, chapter 4 kind of gives a little bit more backstory to the bully and our MC Tsubasa, and how Tsubasa, was a bully to, Nakajima, which is this boy right here, and how he eventually became, he got bullied, etc. We get to see a lot of this. You see a shirt that says Shorty on it. They all make fun of him because of his height. Eventually he overcomes this, and he tries to do his promise to get really good and all that at sports. And as he gets better at soccer and all that, eventually, Tsubasa, or MC, he gets very dark and gloomy, and he goes off and he basically quits soccer, and he doesn't uphold the promise that Nakajima and him made. And eventually, because of everything, our MC says, you disgust me, and he's like, I hate you, and all this type of stuff, and then he literally starts to bully him, throw him in the trash, etc., and it's like, what the hell is going on here? It's just messed up. And as this is all going on, we get a continuation at the end of chapter 3, seeing, our MC's new personality, the one that has amnesia, say, that's not true, I wouldn't do this, and he takes the trash away from Nakajima. So right here, it brings into question what's going to happen with the story, because obviously the entire family, they don't know what they've done, why they are acting like they are, and why they fully have amnesia, and seeing the complete contrast of personalities, they're finding out that they're actually monsters, maybe, and I think that's cool. So yeah, I don't know, I think that this series really stands out. I wanted to give it a shout out, a proper, shout out, because, I made a stream a week ago. I did a live stream on YouTube, and I read this series on stream, which was extremely fun, and thank you for everyone that, tuned in and watched it. But, I will say, this is a very strong start. This is a very good manga, and I really hope that Shonen Jump doesn't just axe it. I really hope they don't, because, seriously, I would love to see this manga go on and eventually one day get an anime, because this really does deserve one. I really think it does. But, yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. I just wanted to shout it out. I don't know. I really wanted to shout Ichinose. So, be safe, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like. Helps me out a lot. But with that, Chibi out.